What's going on, everybody? EpicFilmCritics here, and welcome back to another awesome gaming episode that we do as often as we can. Today we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed 4 and our thoughts and opinions on it so far from what they've shown. Alright, so let's talk about just kind of the main stuff that they've announced so far. Alright, so Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, by the way, so it's what they're kind of calling it. And I like how they're going right to 4, like they're not doing what 2 did, and they're having like a, like a brotherhood and like a Revelations, all that kind of stuff. They're going straight from 3 to 4. That's really cool. Yeah. So they're not like staying with like kind of like the same character. I mean, like I like how they're not staying with Connor. I mean, like he was cool, but like I think they could really drag it on like too long with him. Yeah. Like even the DLC for me was a bit much. Like I don't know. Like it was kind of weird to me, but yeah, besides the point. So it is going to be a pirate-based type thing. Your character is Edward Kenway. He is Connor's grandfather, also Hatham's dad. Takes place in 1715 in the Caribbean. The known locations as of now are let's see, locations: Kingston, Havana, and Nassau. And those are all places in the Caribbean, kind of like throughout the place. We know that his ship is called the Jackdaw. That's pretty cool. As usual, it's open world. Of course it is. Let's see. So what do you think about the whole like pirate setting? Like it's, I mean, they're completely changing it around. Like, you know, like it's always been something completely different from this kind of thing. What do you think about it?
I think it's gonna be pretty awesome, just because like it's like mostly like I'm pretty sure you're with Blackbeard or something like that.
Yeah. It says, yeah, like Edward is with like Blackbeard. I'm pretty sure he ships with Blackbeard. Like I'm pretty sure, but I'm not positive, so don't like quote me on that. But apparently he's also the narrator too, like for the game. Oh, sorry, no, he was like the narrator for the trailer. Sorry, but yeah, I found that pretty cool. What I love about the Assassin's Creed series is that a lot of the things that occur in the games, a lot of the time they are like real historical events. Yeah, and that's what I love about Assassin's Creed. Like they take real historical events and they just make them badass, and like they just kind of like throw them in there and they make them really cool. Yeah. So for, I mean, like history buffs, that just makes things really cool. Naval combat is back, but apparently you spend 40% of the game on the ocean and then 60% on land. So you spend a lot of more time in the ocean. And apparently there's no more. You know how in Assassin's Creed 3 where you could like, I mean, like there was story missions like on your boat, but you could do kind of like side missions and kind of go on boats. Now they don't have that anymore because you spend like a crap ton of time like on your boat. So I mean, there's really no need for that anymore, is there?
They changed up the like ocean combat. Like you can jump from ship to ship.
Yeah, there's a lot of very new things, and something that actually really caught my eye was that apparently you can actually jump off your boat and go like underwater, and you can kind of like travel underwater because like, again, it's pirates, right? So the whole basis of the story will probably be like treasure and shit, right? So your guy's gonna be able to dive underwater, maybe find like a cave and like maybe find like a treasure chest. I mean, like there was a recent gameplay thing from PAX, and they showed your guy like dove underwater, and there was like a glowing chest, and you could kind of like collect shit from it. So I found that pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, smaller islands can be searched and checked out. Let's see. Weapons. Of course, the Hidden Blade's back. It's not an Assassin's Creed game without it. Yeah. And flintlock pistols are back, just like Assassin's Creed 3, except apparently you can fire 4 shots, like, because he has like 4 of them apparently. So or maybe he just has 2, but he can just fire them a lot faster. So yeah, sorry, there's a picture here, and it shows that he has 2, like kind of like on his chest, but apparently so he might be able to fire 4 like really quick shots.
I guess 2 on the side too. Not sure. It looks like I can see.
Those are swords. Oh yeah, there's one. Yeah, I think you're right. So yeah, he has 4 flintlock pistols. That's pretty badass. But yeah, multiplayer. I mean, if you think about this, like multiplayer could be made a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like with the whole pirate setting. Like imagine this. Like, I mean, like a one-on-one type thing. Like if you had, or I mean, I can't imagine it being more than like a one-on-one type thing. I mean, because like if you think of, I mean, like what would be really really cool is if they could maybe make it into a thing where like you know, like each player has like a boat, and then they kind of like fight each other, but then if they want, they can kind of, you know, like board the other guy's boat and like and they can fight or whatever.
Well, they could make it like teams or something, and then each team gets a boat and they
like
have
fight
to
each other.
destroy the boat.
Yeah, like that could be made a lot of fun. There could be some other like game modes. I mean, if you imagine, like there could be like a type thing where there's like 2 teams and they have to like fight to get to the like treasure first or whatever. Like I mean, like there's a lot of different like multiplayer scenarios that like that could possibly happen. That could be made out really really awesome. Let's see. And apparently you're not just fighting pirates. Like in the new gameplay, like from PAX, like I just mentioned, there was some like soldiers too. Like there's they looked British because they had red coats on, but I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah.
But like I said, the game takes place in 1715 in the Caribbean, so there's probably gonna be like a lot of like apparently the main basis on land is in Havana, which is in Cuba, if you guys don't know. So there will definitely be a lot of like that kind of stuff. October 29th of this year it comes out, so it's gonna be a hell of a game. I'm hoping. I mean, it's from what we've seen so far, it looks really really cool. Some other characters that are announced so far: Benjamin Hornigold, he was just a pirate. Calico Jack, pirate. Charles Vane, another pirate, and Anne Bonny, who is like a female pirate. So I mean, there's definitely, I mean, Assassin's Creed has always been like a really like good narrative. So I mean, the story, especially for pirate type shit, the story could be made amazing. Now let's talk about the current world for a second. All right, there's spoilers coming up, so skip about maybe like 35 seconds or something if you didn't play Assassin's Creed 3. All right, we all know if you played Assassin's Creed 3 that what's his name? Desmond. Sorry, Desmond died at the end.
Yeah.
And
sad.
No, I hated Desmond. He was terrible.
He was
terrible.
awesome.
I'm glad that you spent the entire game in the Animus because I would have been so fucking bored. He was a terrible character.
He was awesome.
There was no progression whatsoever. But I mean, I guess there really couldn't be since you were in the Animus like 90% of the game. But still, he was terrible.
He was awesome.
Whatever. So since he died, there was obviously no opportunity to use him again. So they had to make a new type, like a new person for the modern world. Because of course there has to be a person for the modern world since there has to be somebody to actually go in the Animus, right? So apparently, from what has been announced, there is like the person who will be going into the Animus is you. Like they're trying to make the idea that because apparently it's supposedly first person, and they're trying to make out the idea that the person going into the Animus is you. Like you're the person like controlling them, and you're the one because apparently the whole story behind the New World character, it's supposedly a researcher who is like researching this time period, or like researching this person. So because apparently at this point you don't like apparently supposedly in the story at this point you do not need to have the DNA of that person to like get to them. So I mean, no matter who you are, you can like go in and you can like get to that person. So yeah, that's kind of cool, kind of. But yeah, so first person's kind of a neat idea for that, maybe.
Yeah.
Just as long as it's not first person for, I mean, it's already been pretty much shown that it's not third person for that, but I mean, like for the like that, it's like gonna be third person for the regular, you know, for like the pirate type game, but But yeah. So also what they've shown in the trailers, there was in the trailer they showed sharks and whales. So hunting will probably be coming back. Except I mean they've already shown harpoons, so you're probably gonna be like whaling and.
I'm gonna stab a whale.
And there was some gameplay, and it showed your character was getting eaten up by a shark. So that's kind of cool. I mean, like, like fighting sharks or like whatever the fuck. Like that's kind of neat. Actually, the really neat thing that I heard is that a lot of the team that worked on Far Cry 3 is like going to work on Assassin's Creed 4. So a lot of the things, I mean, there will be some things incorporated in Assassin's Creed 4 that may have been in Far Cry 3, like such as sharks and stuff like that. So I mean, that's like kind of cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of Assassin's Creed 4 and what you're looking forward to, and if you guys are actually gonna be buying it or not, because we definitely are. That game looks fucking awesome so far. So yeah, guys, this has been Epic Film Critics. Peace out.
See you.